Hey everybody, today we're going to be installing a transformer. Um, First thing you want to do is make sure there's power at the outlet that you're attaching the transformer to. Using a tester like this, two oranges means it's good to go. There's also the code on there that'll tell you what you're looking at, but that's an important first step. Okay, next step is deciding where you're going to mount the transformer exactly. Um, it's always good to be at least a foot above ground level. And it's always good not to be too close to the edge of a building, but also not too close to the outlet itself. There's not enough space on the screen door side here, so we're going to have to put it here. So the first thing to do is figure out where we're going to put it and then mark the top hole. You can do that a couple different ways. I'm just going to scratch with a screw the top hole. Okay. So from a neatness standpoint, having the cord coming out of the bottom of the transformer roughly the same height as the outlet is good. It'll make things look neater. So we are going to go right about there. Okay, so this transformer has only one hole in the top, one hole in the bottom. So marking the top hole is not hard. Just mark it. It doesn't matter. Another thing that I like you guys to do is always put your transformer on cardboard so it doesn't get scratched up. All right, so set that there. And my mark is right there. Okay. And we use Tapcons when we're mounting in brick or stone. Tapcons like this, 3/16 by 1 3/4 is a good size. You have to use a Tapcon drill bit. Have to. Some packs come with them in it, with the drill bit in it. Others don't. Others you have to buy a pack of drill bits. But anyway, and we use a hammer drill. All right. So sometimes you need to start a pilot hole. Sometimes you don't. Let's see what happens. Hammer drill on a hammer setting. Okay, we're through there. The next thing you need to do to make Tapcons work properly is have one of these guys, a blower. Because you have to get the dust out of that hole. Okay? Then we're going to insert the Tapcon. It's going to be tight, and you're going to need to use your drill with the bit. These happen to be Torx bits. I'm not sure exactly what size. T20 maybe. And then don't have this on the hammer setting. Turn it to a drill setting. And there we go. Don't drill it in too far. Right. And we are going to take our transformer and hang it on there. Pretty good. However, pretty good is not good enough. We take our level and we make sure it's level. Needs to go a little bit that way. Okay. Next thing we need to do is mark for the bottom hole. And the best way to do that is with the transformer in place. So make sure that didn't swing too much. Right, that hole's right where I want to be. Let me double check again. So you don't want to be drilling too many holes in stone. Okay, if you have space, you can even do this. Make sure it's still level. Put your Tapcon bit back in. Has to be a Tapcon bit. Go back to the drill setting, hammer drill setting. And right there. Okay. Get your transformer out of the way. Back back in the cardboard, and we go to our hole, which is right there. Same as before. See that cloud that came out of there? If that stays in there, the screw won't hold right. Go back to our driving bit. And there you have it. I might have gone in a little too far with that. We'll see in a second. Yep. Sometimes if you overdrive it, it won't stick out enough to hang the transformer on. So we will just reverse that a tiny little bit. And there it is, right on it. And still perfectly level. Okay, then we're going to plug in our transformer. One thing we do is make sure the cord stays neat and tidy. This one's pretty good, so we're just going to leave it like that. Open up our transformer and turn it on. And I don't know if you can hear, but you can hear when it's connected and when it's on, so it's working. That's all there is to it. It's a little bit different in brick, a little bit different in wood, but that's the gist of it. All right, that's all you need to know. Okay, I lied. That's not all you need to know. What you need to do is take the black plug out of the bottom, okay? And then we're going to be using conduit to the bottom. We use conduit on every single transformer. So measure the approximate height, say right about there, and we will cut this. You can use a conduit cutter, use an oscillating tool, which is what I use. Be careful you don't cut off your leg or your hand. Okay. And this male adapter goes on top. This goes through the bottom, and the castle nut, conduit lock nut is technically what it's called, goes on top. You screw it through. Be sure not to screw it through before you put the wire in. Run the wire through. Now, one thing in my in written instructions, I say don't run the wire through until you've tested all this, because it's a pain in the butt if you have to pull all the wire out of the conduit. But I've already tested this run. I know it's good. So put this up through here. Then you tighten down the conduit lock nut on top. You can actually do this by holding the conduit lock nut and twisting the whole thing here. That's the easier way to do it. All right. And then we're going to have to do something with the wire. We're going to tuck it back in here somehow. So we'll leave enough wire to do that with. And then we can cut this and make the connections. And I'll show you that in 1 second.